Terrain is a big part of the tabletop wargaming experience. And while forests and rocks can make for a varied table, there's something to be said for terrain pieces that firmly ground you in the theme of whatever game you're playing. In this video, we're going to be looking at Legion Terrain's Imperial Walker terrain set and how it can help bring your Star Wars Legion games to life just by being on the table. Legion Terrain is a 3D printing company that makes wargaming terrain specifically for Star Wars Legion. Not only are their designs detailed, but you can also buy the terrain pre-painted, and as I hope to show in this video, the pieces are not only amazing, but the paint jobs are fantastic as well. As someone who has a queue of minis waiting to be painted, being able to just pick up some terrain that's thematic, designed specifically for Star Wars Legion, and that can be pulled straight out of the box and put on the table, that's a huge time saver. It's also allowed me to spend more time working on other aspects of the hobby that I enjoy, and just to get right into playing on a battlefield that's recognizable as taking place in a galaxy far, far away. The Imperial Walker terrain set can be purchased as individual pieces, but I elected to pick up the full set, which includes the body, head, 2 neck coils, a leg, and 2 feet sections. Legion Terrain clearly put a lot of thought into getting things right for Star Wars Legion's scale, and while it's technically not as big as an AT-AT would be, the sizing and combination of the half-buried look really make it fit in perfectly with the game. The headpiece comes with additional elements that can be disassembled for use as scattered terrain, and all the pieces easily fit together. And although you could potentially magnetize the terrain, the careful way everything fits together really makes that unnecessary. Now, the 2 neck coil pieces can be used to help bridge the gap between the body and the head of the terrain, or they can be used for scattered terrain. And it's the addition of little pieces like this that really help bring the larger elements together to sell the feel of this being an actual down to AT-AT. The body of the Imperial Walker has a gentle slope that allows for miniatures to traverse it without toppling over, and the paint job has rust and weather that fits in well with the 3D printed texture to give it a uniform look. All of the pieces have a flat bottom, so it fits flush with the table. I was really interested to see what the 3D print quality would look like, especially on a large flat piece like the body has. And there's a little bit of texture, but with the paint job, it looks like intentional weathering, and it actually provides a little grip for your miniatures. It's actually something I ended up being really pleased with, and if that's a concern you have, the actual print quality, I wouldn't really worry about it at all. There's one large leg section with the second foot having an ankle support piece that can be attached or be used separately from the foot as scattered terrain. And the feet themselves have articulating toes that can be angled for your desired look. Now, you can buy this terrain painted or unpainted, and initially I'd considered getting an unpainted set, as I was a little worried that maybe the pictures on the site might not actually match what it looks like when you actually get it. But as you can see, the paint job is actually fantastic and well worth the extra cost. If you play at a game store and are trying to build your community, scenery like this is not only fun to play on, but when people are walking by, it's immediately recognizable that you are playing Star Wars, and it's a great way to draw people in. Now, I've mostly seen people using this terrain on desert terrain mats, which makes sense as it can look like it's buried in the sand, but I wanted to show what it looks like just sitting on a forest mat. And to be honest, I think it still looks fantastic, and the weathering and painting could fit in with any terrain. I'd love to eventually do maybe a swamp or a bog-themed table. Honestly, my biggest concern at this point is that I've been so pleased with this terrain set. I keep looking at other options Legion Terrain offers, and I'm building out different board layouts in my head with downed TIE fighters and X-Wings. We don't do a lot of scene reviews on the channel, but when I got this set, I was just so pleased I had to do a video. Let me know if you've got any other terrain from Legion Terrain in the comments below, or if you're thinking about picking up this set or have any questions, and I'd be happy to answer them. I hope this quick look at this terrain maybe helped answer some questions. And in the meantime, I hope you get your miniatures on the table.